Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So you would think that Donald Trump's MAGA maniacs would be happy, right? Think that they would be focusing on his win and just overjoyed. Instead, no, because they're hateful people. They have become emboldened to threaten people of color, also women, little girls, um, other, targeted groups, LGBTQ community. So here's the deal. Here's why Donald Trump is the most evil person to ever hold public office in the US, because this is what he brings out in our country. This is what he gives license to, and that he will not speak out against, which tells you everything you need to know. If this was not his intent, then he would speak out against it, but he doesn't. So that's how you know that he is in agreement with it. He's totally cool with it. So you guys may have heard, if not, I will share this with you, but right after Trump's win last week, Black people across the country began receiving racist text messages. Some of them were even addressed to the recipients by name and made mention of their location, which is very creepy. They don't know how people got this data. And at least one person received a message addressing them by the N-word. So one message, just to give you an idea what these are all about, one of them said, quote, "You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 1 p.m. sharp with your belongings. Our executive slaves will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down once you've entered the plantation. You are in plantation group C." So these messages varied somewhat, but they were all really similar. They all said that the Black recipient had been chosen to pick cotton. And some of them even credited the incoming Trump administration with the message. Now, Trump's team, of course, says, oh, we have nothing to do with this, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I don't doubt they have nothing to do with it, other than the dog whistles that Trump always puts out there, by having a racist comedian at his show that makes jokes about watermelons, things like that. But now we're also finding that Hispanic Americans are also receiving text messages, and some of their messages say that they've been identified for deportation. And these are being sent to people across the spectrum of all ages, so adults, children even, little kids, high school students, college students. And some of these messages are threatening the recipient with whippings if they don't comply. So schools have launched investigations. In particular, in the state of Kansas, they found there was a teenager who started sending copycat messages to his fellow students. This was at Derby High School in Kansas. So other schools in various states, they haven't determined who sent the messages, but they've notified the parents that the students have received them. And so now state and federal authorities have gotten involved. They're trying to track down the senders. The FCC and the FBI have been made aware of these messages. The FCC launched an investigation. One company called Text Now, they believe that their platform was used to send at least some of these messages. Text Now, basically they allow people, they have free phone service. I looked at their site, but they also allow people to sign up anonymously. All you have to do is provide an email address, and then the user or you can send text messages, and it basically gives you a random computer generated phone number. So nobody knows that this text is coming from you. And then they told CNN they believe this was a, quote, widespread coordinated attack. But as soon as they were notified about these messages, they said they disabled the user accounts, and they said it was in less than an hour. I mean, the harm has been done. There's another company also called TextSpot. They said luckily their AI system immediately flagged a message that was being set up to be sent out. So it stopped the user from using their platform to send these similar messages. And so both of these companies are now working with the authorities, but it's going to be tough to trace down the source of these texts because the Louisiana Attorney General told CNN the senders or sender, don't know if it's one person or multi, but they're using anonymizing software. So they're obscuring their true location. So could be someone here, could be someone in Russia, could be, could be anybody. And people of color, like I said, they're not the only ones who are being targeted in the wake of this re-election of the apricot Antichrist. So women, girls, as I mentioned, members of the LGBTQ community, they're all being threatened and harassed. And not just online. Some of this is in person. So I'm sure by now you've all heard about or you've seen the video posted by self-described white nationalist Nick Fuentes. If not, take a look.
The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling. Dude, it's a ceiling made of bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice.
I mean, it's a mystery, isn't it? Such a mystery. Why Fuentes can't get laid. And for those who don't know, or maybe you don't remember, this is the same guy who went and had dinner with Trump and Kanye West at Mar-a-Lago not that long ago. This is who Trump hangs out with. But please do tell me again how Trump is going to protect women, quote unquote. So there's been some fallout from this video. Fuentes was doxxed. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He is now reportedly staying with his mommy because he's so scared to stay at his own house. Oh, did someone like put a target on your back, Nick? Oh, that's a shame. Kind of like you just did to women. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Can you tell? So good on whoever started that. And here's why. Because Fuentes' words are now being used to taunt and threaten women and little girls. And they're using it to threaten them with rape. So there's this piece of scum whose Twitter profile says that he's a quote unquote fair and balanced political commentator. So for those listening on the podcast, his name is John Miller. And in response to women saying, oh, we'll just stop giving men sex. If you're going to have a national abortion ban enacted, we'll just stop. We won't have sex with you. We won't date you. So Miller, as you see here, wrote, quote, women threatening sex strikes like LMAO as if you have a say. So threatening rape, it sounds like, I find that if you listen to what a man says, it always correlates with the size of his penis. Anyway, am I right, ladies? Big talkers, small something else. Anyway, this violent misogynistic rhetoric has made its way into schools. So in Minnesota, a school district had to notify parents of, quote, misogynistic, transphobic, and homophobic memes and messages directed towards students, including the phrase, your body, my choice. And the notification urged parents to contact the authorities if their child received one of these messages or memes. But these types of messages were also seen on the Texas State University's San Marcos campus. Nearby where that Trump train happened, where they surrounded a Biden-Harris bus and tried to run it off the road and driving dangerously and Yeah, got slaps on the wrist and let off with nothing. Yeah, that area. So as you can see here, there were men holding signs. For those on the podcast, I'll read it. So one sign says types of property, and then it lists women, slaves, animals, cars, land, etc. Another sign held by an equally inferior and obviously insecure man says, quote, Romans chapter 1 reads, your sin of sodomy is worthy of death. And there was this post on Twitter. This is by a man named, and I use that term very loosely, Evan Kilgore. Kilgore, by the way, he's an ambassador to Turning Point USA. So that is the group that was founded by the other MAGA psycho, Charlie Kirk. For those listening, the post says, quote, women back to the kitchen, abortions illegal, gays back in the closet, interracial marriage banned, illegals pack your bags, trannies back to the asylums, Jesus back in our schools. We are so back. So this is what Donald Trump brings out. So, if you were one of those people who was duped into voting for Trump and you thought, oh, how bad could it be? What harm could he really cause? This is it. This is it. This is the harm. Young members of the LGBTQ community are terrified right now. As reported, as you see here by PBS, LGBTQ plus calls to mental health crisis lines, hotlines, and numbers spiked by 700% after last week's election. This is not a joke. These voters who put this psycho back in office, they are responsible for this. Everything that happens from Trump, from his psycho supporters, that's on you, Trump voters. This is on you. If women are raped as a result of this election, and it will be tied back to this election, because I guarantee these people are so stupid, they're going to videotape themselves again, just like they did on January 6th. And I guarantee you'll have at least one of them saying, your body, my choice. I would bet money on it right now. So this is the result. When you put a sociopath with psycho followers in charge of the country, this is the result. There are real world consequences. There are people who are going to be harmed gravely. Good job. Good job, MAGA. And good job to all the turncoats, all the Democrats who thought, oh, well, gas is so expensive. So, okay, if a woman, is raped or, impregnated and can't get an abortion against her will, oh, well, I've got to save some money on gas. Yeah. We won't forget. Ever. Ever. This is on you. The blood will be on your hands. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Wish I had better news, but as I promised, I'm going to keep you updated on everything that's going on, everything he's doing, everything his supporters are doing. And I need your help, though. I need you guys to spread this information around, because otherwise, this is just an echo chamber. Otherwise, I'm just preaching to the choir. I get millions of views per month and very little sharing, because I can see the stats. So, if this information doesn't get out there and get to other people who might be swayed for the midterms, there's no point in it. There's no point in me covering any of this. So if you guys could help out with that, I would truly, truly appreciate it. It's very easy to share. And even if you're not on any other social media, there's the button there, to share, the little arrow. on YouTube, and you can share it to Twitter, you can share it to Facebook, but if you're not on any other social media, you can also share this via email. So please do that. It needs to get out to as many people as possible who are not already in our circle, who are not already aware of what filth Trump and his crew are, and some of his, most of his supporters. So, and no, I'm not going to backtrack like Joe Biden. No, there's a lot of garbage. There is. Anyway, again, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, again, please share, please support the show if you possibly can. Subscribe. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.